participate in all these activities.
We do life lessons, how do you manage emotions, lessons on making good friends.
It's fun, and you can talk to your friends and stuff, and you can have fun running. Teamwork, we stick together.
It's really cool because everybody's so positive and energetic. Everyone was there for you, and you build great friendships, and your coaches kind of become your second parents.
Is it recording? They're really important because, if you didn't have a coach, you wouldn't know what to do. It feels like your first year.
It's not just about running, it's about actually developing relationships, friendships.
So the program is to really help them to identify themselves as unique and special and beautiful and not fall into that kind of box mentality.
What I'm thankful for most is to be here today and spend time with my friends, hanging out, running.
Police say one crash after another sprinkled along the eastbound lanes of I-94 Monday were caused by an erratic driver. That driver harassed multiple other drivers, including Jim Long, who had his son in the car.
He is getting closer, and I thought it was just like a road rage thing. He'd flashed the brights a couple times or something.
The driver then hit the back of Long's car. He was able to keep it in control and stay on the road.
When he hit me, it was like, I can't believe, that you took it to this level that you would bump my car going 60, 65 miles an hour.
Long immediately called 911 and watched in horror as the driver hit several other cars before pulling over in a ditch near 9th Street in Oshtemo.
I can't believe it. He hit this green Focus, and the dispatcher is, what? I go, yeah, he hit another car.
We're told the suspect refused to get out of the car when officers arrived on scene, so they smashed the window and took him into custody. Luckily, Long had been transporting his boat over the weekend and left the hitch on the back.
The ball's a little dinged up, but that's what he ended up hitting, and that was it. No damage visibly that we see with the bumper, but we're going to take it in and make sure the frame's okay.
So I have 4 boys.
Deb Curry is a working mom in Kalamazoo who needs childcare often. She says she found the perfect person for the job.
I found her on, it was care.com? Yeah, care.com.
Katie Kuiper is Debbie's nanny turned best friend and confidant. Many would consider their relationship ideal.
She's been through a lot with me, including going from 2 kids to 4 kids, and we both were at each other's weddings.
Deb admits it's not easy to find someone so perfect to care for your children. There was a brief time when Katie could not care for Deb's kids due to her own pregnancy. Deb turned to online resources like care.com to find someone else. It took a long time.
I had lots of experiences where people would just kind of ignore the baby, and I'm like, that person I'm not hiring.
Luckily, Katie was able to come back.
Do you guys have advice for moms, who will see this and be like, oh man, I wish I could find a nanny like that?
For me, I want to make sure it's also someone that I click with, that I would want to be friends with, and that I can easily talk to.
Janie Foley agrees with that advice. She runs the Michigan Nanny Authority, a service that helps families find quality long-term child care. She reminds mothers that an important part of finding a good nanny is a background check, something child care sites may not provide.
The care.com background screening is effective in that it is doing a preliminary check of anything that comes up, but it isn't as thorough as one that a third-party background screening company is going to do.
Sam Howard, a recent college graduate who babysits in her free time, explains how care.com works.
You put together, what your experience is. So since I'm a lifeguard and I've had a lot of CPR training and stuff like that, a lot of parents want that. And if your green bubbles match up, it kind of pairs you up with the best people.
Foley reminds parents to ask a potential candidate good questions that reveal more about their child care style.
You never ever want to feel like you have to have somebody in your home. You as a parent are not under any obligation to hire any person to do anything with your child.
I think that what is happening is that we are now experiencing social changes, right? So there is a demand on childcare. So the demand on childcare is increasing.
Angel Gujon is an assistant professor of family and consumer sciences at Western Michigan University. He's a proud father who is also in the market for a good babysitter for his young children.
How to find reliable sitters has been a challenge.
Gujon doesn't have family nearby, a predicament he says more and more families are starting to face, driving them to search online for care or use apps.
It's very important for us, for parents, to educate ourselves, to be smart. Yes, we're going to use it, but that doesn't mean that we're going to expose ourselves.
He urges parents to be careful about what they post online and to always meet a potential babysitter in a public place. In the end, experts argue one of the best choices you can make is to trust your instincts.
That is just the most important thing, is that gut intuition of this is somebody that I can trust to take care of the best interests of my child.
Anna Giles, News Channel 3.
Slowing down to stop at an intersection is when Michigan drivers should be most cautious. Michigan auto law firm says in 2016, 30% of all deadly crashes happened at an intersection.
We see day in and day out the devastation that occurs from accidents, and one of the places in every community where people are particularly in danger of being involved in a crash is an intersection.
This is a list of the 10 most dangerous intersections in Kalamazoo County for 2017. The top 3 are on Drake Road, crossing West Main Street, KL Avenue, and Stadium Drive. Attorney Todd Berg says 36 crashes total happened at these dangerous intersections combined.
They have a client who is seriously injured because the car behind them, somebody was texting or they were looking at their radio or picking a phone up off the floor, and they didn't know that all the traffic had stopped.
KDPS officer Alex Wright has patrolled Drake for the last 5 years.
It only takes the one minor distraction to cause a major accident in these intersections because traffic is always so congested.
He says distracted driving factors into the dangers at the cross streets, but also the developments at these intersections.
All this behind us is brand new. So with new businesses, new places to live just north of here, it obviously brings in more traffic. And with more traffic, it just takes that one distraction and it increases the odds for the accident.
Maybe it'll pack a little bit.
Okay. Carrie Orozco is a busy mother of 3, and like most moms, she's always digging for deals. But grocery shopping with little ones can be a big chore.
Without the kids, I could do it a lot quicker, but it takes a lot of time with them.
So today we asked Carrie to use Meijer Shipped for the first time. She ordered this list of items. We guessed it was about a week's worth of groceries for her family. As her Shipped shopper retrieved them, I too was buying the same list of groceries, but as an in-store customer.
Okay, bananas, cucumbers, tuna, eggs, applesauce.
Curious about the cost of convenience? My total, $104.10. Carrie's, $122.85.
Total is $122.85. And then I tipped her $10.
The total difference, including a tip,
minus $104.10, $28.75. As a stay-at-home mom, we have one income, so every dollar counts. And $30 is a good amount for us.
On its website, Shipped warns customers, quote, when ordering from select retailers, a small service fee will be added at checkout. So we checked out Meijer's service fees. My mangoes were buy one, get one free, 2 for $2. Carrie paid more than double that. My almonds were on sale for $8.99, normally $9.49. Carrie paid over $10, even more than regular price. On average, we found Carrie paid between 30 and 80 cents more than I did for most food items. That included 34 cents more for pears and 80 cents more for cashews. The biggest upcharges, however, were on these 3 items. For Meijer chicken breasts, Carrie paid $1.13 more. Her toilet paper was $1.60 more, and she paid over $2 more for Meijer frozen shrimp. In fact, out of the 40 items purchased, Carrie paid more for all of them except one.
It was pretty nice just having the groceries come to my door, I'll admit.
Even so, she says when it comes to Shipped's additional service fees, she'll pass.
Honestly, for about like a $30 difference, I know for some people it probably is totally worth it. It probably wouldn't be for me. I probably won't be renewing my membership.
Kalamazoo Public Safety Officer Alex Wright has been patrolling Drake Road for 5 years.
We'll be monitoring for red light violations and any type of distracted driving, like texting.
Those are only some of the violations he sees that could easily cause an accident.
It's at least once a day for sure. And that's just the near misses, and then we're often out here for the actual real deal of a crash.
Drake Road, crossing West Main, KL Avenue, and Stadium are the top 3 most dangerous intersections in Kalamazoo County. Each intersection holds the highest number of crashes for 2017.
Hey there, Officer Wright with Kalamazoo Public Safety. I stopped you for running the red light.
Running a red light is one of many reasons Wright says is causing those numbers to increase.
Everybody always thinks distracted driving is texting and driving. It's way more than that. It's playing with the radio, it's listening to the screaming kids, getting your kids' bottle that they've dropped.
The Michigan auto law firm publishes the numbers every year as a public service.
That if people are informed about which intersections in their community have high crash rates, they can either adjust their commutes accordingly and hopefully avoid those intersections, or if they do have to pass through them, they're aware that these are high crash areas.
If the number of intersection crashes increase, Wright says so could the number of stops and citations.
Well, we just want people to slow down, be safe, and pay attention to what they're doing. Stay off the phone, leave the crying kid in the back seat until you can pull over and safely address that situation.